What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking to you about some of the most common mistakes you can make from the mounted position, okay? A lot of you guys will be mounted under your training partner, and I just want to go over some things that you definitely don't want to do, okay? Right now we're not going to be talking about escapes, more so behavior while being mounted, okay? So let's take a look at what it looks like to make mistakes from the mounted position. So a really common mistake that people will do is they'll neglect their elbow position in relation to their training partner's hips. One thing I can't let Brandon do is for his knees to start scooting underneath my armpits and now preventing my elbows to go lower to protect myself, okay? So one of the first things I want to do is make sure that my elbows are on the inside of his thighs. Now to do that, I just bring my elbows in towards my chest and then bring my elbow down to the mat. Okay, that's the first thing. And now what I can also do is place my two hands together and then just connect them on his hip. So when he goes to try to scoot his hips forward towards me, he runs into a wall, okay? If for whatever reason my elbow gets separated, he can still scoot in and bring his elbows above. And this is not what I want, okay? That's mistake number one. Mistake number two would be when I start the action of extending my arms higher towards his chest. Now the reason why that's bad is because he can do that exact same thing by climbing up towards my body. So for example, if I'm being mounted and I extend my arms towards his chest to like naturally try to escape, he can start to climb all the way up and even start to attack S-mount positions where he can start to look for any types of submissions and control, okay? So I definitely don't want to extend my arms forward and I don't want to have my elbows out. Okay, so those are the first two mistakes that you guys can do, that you want to definitely avoid, okay? So the next thing I want to prevent is making sure that I don't cross my back, okay? So if we think about it, this is more of the third stage, and a lot of them goes to like stages of panic, okay? For example, the second one was we're panicking, we want to push him off. So especially if he's hands on the ground, I'm pushing him off, this isn't good, okay? Because I'm extending my arms and I'm opening my elbows. The next stage of panic would be, okay, well, if I can't push, then I'm just gonna start the action of rolling to try to stand up. This is definitely not good because now I end up giving my back, okay? So let's just slide this away a little bit. When I start the action of pushing and I realize that that's not working, and I resort to turning my back to get up on my elbows, the reason why this isn't good is because now Brandon can start to take my back and look to strangle me from here, okay? So that's the third mistake. The easiest way to mitigate that is to maintain the same elbow position by keeping your back pinned to the floor and wedging my elbow in between my hip and his thigh, okay? And now from here, we start the action of maintaining a safe and solid base and limiting our back exposure. Just remember that if you do want to post your elbow on your training partner, your elbow can't pass your training partner's center line. It can be a good frame and you can get up on your side, but as long as you don't pass your elbow past the center line. As soon as my elbow passes his belly button, he can start going for my back, okay? Perfect. So I want to make sure that if I do decide to get on my side, putting my elbow on the floor, I can't pass my elbow on his center line, okay? Now the last mistake that a lot of people make is they'll start the action of turning towards cross faces, okay? So let's say, for example, Brandon's hands on the ground, and I'm doing a really good job turning on my side in a defensive fashion. And now Brandon grabs my face. So from here, I definitely can't keep going in this direction because the more I start turning towards this crossface, he can use his shoulder to pin my head back to the ground, okay? So in scenarios when he does start the action of grabbing my head, I have to be prepared to switch my elbow position towards the other side so that way I can alleviate the pressure on my face and I can start trapping legs and escaping on the opposite side, okay? So those are 4 common mistakes that you guys can make from mount, okay? All of them tie into being defensively sound while at the same time making sure that you don't get submitted. A lot of people confuse trying to escape without really defending their body, okay? Neglecting their elbow and body position. While in the reality, in order for you to escape, you have to defend yourself first. And through those defenses, only then can you start working your escapes. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thanks so much.